everyone. Welcome back to the Save Point Vids podcast, episode 17, I think it is. So we're going to do something a little different. We're going to break this out on a more consistent release schedule. So the plan for right now, guys, is we're going to have Sean and Chase here every episode now instead of just sporadically. So the plan is to bring these two at the very least for two of the three main podcasts that we're going to do per week. Every Monday we're going to do, and I think I want to call it the Save Point DLC podcast. Not 100% sure about the title yet, but that's the plan, and that's going to be all about the week prior in gaming news, what we're playing, kind of like the flagship podcasts that we're going to do. Wednesdays, we're going to do the Save Point Top 10 Definitive List. If you didn't check it out already, look at the one that we just put up. It was the first episode. It was all about the top 10 RPGs of all time. So we'll take the top 10 of something gaming related and, bring our own individual list to the table and then combine it into an ultimate list basically and put that up for your guys' enjoyment. And then on Fridays, we are going to do a Let's Play. We just recorded our first one. It's all about Apex Legends Season 2. We'll hold off on that until this upcoming Friday. But that's going to be kind of the release schedule to make it a more consistent product. But yeah, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, these guys will be joining me the majority of the time, if not all the time. But with it, again, being the DLC podcast, we're going to talk about the news and what we've been playing. But before we get into that, again, check us out online. That's youtube.com/SavePointVids. Follow us on all the major social media platforms. Tell a friend about it. Give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, you know the deal. But also check us out on all the major podcast platforms. Chances are, if you listen to podcasts, we're going to be on the service of your choice. So give it a search there to search the Save Point Vids podcast. Give it a thumbs up, 5 stars, give it a heart, a follow, whatever it is on your preferred platform of choice. Definitely appreciate the love and support. So without further ado, guys, let's go over what we've been playing. What have you guys been playing the last week? Anything?
Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm at the very end of. Inside.
See, I didn't even make it that far.
And just, your regular duty.
Call of Duty? Yeah. So how you liking, we talked about it a little bit, but how are you liking Kingdom Hearts 3 overall?
I really like it. I wish there was more like traditional RPG elements.
Okay.
Kind of like maybe more like weapons you can get.
Okay.
For Donald and Goofy. I've been like going pretty much just straight storyline the entire time. There's not like a whole lot of incentive to kind of like do the side stuff.
Now, are there side quests like a traditional RPG? Because I always thought that all there was really was the main quest. Is that not the case?
Is
there a side quest?
They're not like actual quests. Right. There's just stuff to collect.
Like collectibles, or like you can build your gummy ship up.
Right. Now, how does this compare? Because you played the other mainline ones, right? The first two?
Yeah, but I don't.
Does this
the first one's better.
The very first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
First one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Is it?
And the second one I didn't play a whole lot of. I got maybe like a third or halfway through. But I don't know. I was never like a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, but I really wanted to play it.
It was I've never beaten any of them. I've played all 3 of them. I've even maybe some of the spin-offs.
And the story's confuses me.
Yeah.
Which is why it's very really get into like Metal Gear Solid either.
Convoluted. And I don't know why. It's like
Chase gets it. I don't get it.
It's like, yeah, you had like the Heartless.
Maybe that's why I like the first one most.
I don't know. I'm not even going to try to get on the story, but it was It's got like everything that I think that I want. There just for some reason I can't actually get through it. It's got like the Final Fantasy type characters that Square's known for. It's got like an anime story. It's meshed in with Disney, which everybody loves Disney. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the gameplay or if it's the way the plot is told or the story's told. There's something about it where I just can't necessarily get into it, and I don't know why. And I really tried with the third one, and I got to, I think I said this on the last time we got together, it wasn't even that far in. It was Toy Story.
Yeah, I think that's like the second place.
Yeah, because it was Hercules and then Toy Story. And then I couldn't even get, or maybe I did beat Toy Story, but I didn't even really start the next world after that. But I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
A lot of people
really
do
like it.
A lot of people seem to enjoy it. I just can't.
I'm trying to get the story down. I have to keep watching videos like what's actually going on, because there's so many like characters and like. Yeah. And I didn't really play the second one.
Spin-off games.
And I didn't play the
spin-offs. Even a mobile spin-off game that actually expands this actual story.
See, I thought about getting the one. It was on PS4. It just came out. Not Kingdom Hearts 3, but it was like the collection. It had like 1.5 and 2.5, and then I think what they did, if I'm not mistaken, is that they took for all of the the side stories and the spin-offs. They basically made like a video and like spliced all the cutscenes together.
See, that's what I need to watch.
And kind of put it out in one big, I don't know if it's called the Ultimate Collection, but one big collection. I know I didn't get it, but I thought about it before the release of the third one.
Yeah, and there's a 2.8 that has the
maybe that's what it was.
Story.
Yeah,
why do they number them like that?
I never. The naming conventions on this are.
And it also has like a I think it's like maybe like 30-minute long or an hour long video of like backstory that takes place before any of the Kingdom Hearts
Jesus Christ
that you need to watch to understand what's going on in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I just have like a vague idea of what's happening, but as far as like the backstories and stuff, I don't know.
So Call of Duty, I know we talked about this before. Now, do you guys split up your time between multiplayer and Blackout, or what do you?
Mostly multiplayer.
I would say like 90% multiplayer, like 10% Blackout.
Okay.
And
because I played, so the way it was is I played Apex Season 1 originally when it came out, and then I think Black Ops 4 came out maybe even just a few weeks after that. And I went to Call of Duty, I played that. I think I prestiged once in multiplayer. And yeah, I was the same way. I played multiplayer probably 95% of the time. Couldn't really get into Blackout. I wasn't very good at it.
The new mode that they have is Alcatraz.
Which one is that?
I mean, it's not like super new. It's pretty much, it takes place on Alcatraz. It's just a smaller map so that there's more action.
Okay.
Because
there's respawns up until the very last circle, and it's squads of 4.
Yeah.
So is there like a collapsing circle though?
Yeah, there's a circle.
So it forces everybody in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can respawn as long as a member of your squad's alive up until the last circle.
Okay.
Which
that sounds kind of cool.
It's a lot. I like it better than Blackout just because
it's more action.
So
I'm very impatient when it comes to
I'm a Twitchy player.
How compared to like a Blackout map, how big is this map?
Small.
It's just like one island.
So how many squads are in? Like how many players is it?
I think it's.
Is it?
I want to say
16 total.
I think it's 40.
40 people.
I think so.
Yeah, it's a lot of action going on.
Okay,
but you get to respawn, so
there's always people around.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, I like that better than regular Blackout, where it's like you're.
Now, are you still? Well, I guess that's true, and even no, not necessarily. Now, do you like have your own loadout, or do you find? Is it like you find what's on the map?
You find what's on the map.
So it's literally just like Blackout, but a smaller map.
Just
less players,
more action.
And it's called Alcatraz. Yeah. Is that the only map? I'm assuming then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be cool if they did more maps like that. I like that style better than like the super open, where like nothing like really goes
Right,
on
you
until
run
the
into,
very
like,
end.
one team.
Where you just get
Right.
sniped from across the
Yeah,
map
that's
and your
why-
game's over. You like wasted 10 minutes like just trying
Right.
to stay alive, you know.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
But some people are, I mean, they like it and they're good at it, but it's just that's not my style.
Right. What about you? What have you been playing?
Pretty much just Call of Duty.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I think Inside's a Xbox exclusive.
Inside.
Yeah.
Is that the
It's
is
like
that
a
Play Dead?
Yeah, it's like a side scroller.
I didn't play that one. I played
like-
what was the other one they did?
Limbo.
I played Limbo. Inside is I think
like
Inside
you're like a
won
kid.
Game of the Year from a couple outlets.
That was on Games with Gold for July this month.
oh,
That's
was it?
that's a really good game.
Is it?
You're,
Now is it the same? Go ahead.
yeah, it's like you're this kid. There's no like dialogue or
all
story
like-
that you're just kind of thrown into like this like
kind
little
of,
kid
like,
who's like
interpret-
running away.
You interpret the story, right?
Yeah.
Like you
And
run-
it's like very atmospheric. It's like really dark and gloomy.
now is it black and white like Limbo was?
Yeah, there's like little like black, white, and then like red.
With pops of color.
Yeah, pops of color.
Okay.
And all you do is just run to the right.
Really? Now is it? Is
There's
it
like
like
little puzzles.
I was gonna say, is it environmental puzzles and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Now, is there combat in any sense? Now it's just puzzles.
Not that I've ran into. I think I'm getting close to the end.
Really?
I've probably been playing it for like 5 or 6 hours. I don't think it's much longer than that.
Okay.
But
I heard really good thing. Like those are the games that I really want to, and I say this all the time that I want like the smaller titles.
yeah,
I want to make like more of an effort to play rather than just sticking to like the AAA big budget stuff.
yeah,
Because there was we were playing Apex just now and Dead Cells was on my recently played. I want to go back and finish that.
yeah.
But yeah, smaller titles like that, just not necessarily side scrollers and Metroidvanias, but just like indies and indie type games are, I mean, by all accounts, they're
Right.
all, high quality. Now, did you guys play Celeste? Did you guys like that one?
I'm at the very end.
Did you?
The game is freaking hard.
Yeah.
It keeps count of how many times you die.
I know.
I think I've died like 5,000 plus times. But
Now, did
I'm at
you-
the very last?
Because you
like,
can
level.
go in and like customize everything about the experience. You can make it right. Isn't that true?
I don't.
Like you,
Not that I know of.
I thought
Maybe you can.
No, was it? Yeah, it was Celeste, wasn't it? Where you can go in and make it easier on the fly. And
Yeah. There's like I didn't use that.
okay, I was gonna say, did you? Yeah, because
they have like an assist thing.
yeah, they have like an assist, and it can like fully assist, or you can just have parts of the level assisted.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Maybe I might. No, I can't do that. I've got to the end already. I'm gonna beat it, but that last level's freaking terrible, dude. It's so hard. It's like Super Meat Boy.
Yeah,
It's like that kind of difficult.
which I want. I have that on the PS4. I need to re-download that and want to play that because there's a Super Meat Boy. I keep saying Ultimate. I don't know if that's actually the title, but it's like
I know it. What you're
yeah,
talking
it's
about.
like the next one that's supposed to be coming out. Those games are really fun. Once you kind of get in the zone and get in the groove of how the mechanics work and jumping off of walls and everything. Really, the only thing that I've been playing still working my way through Judgment. I think the game's about 30 from what I've heard, it's about 30 to 40 hours. I'm probably about halfway through at this point. Still really good. And then just playing Apex. And that's honestly about it.
Yeah.
There's not
Too many video games, man. like the back catalog of games to play is just freaking laundry list.
I wanted to, well, actually I re-downloaded the Nathan Drake collection
yeah.
for the first 3 Uncharted's. I played through the first one.
The second one's still like one of my favorite games.
The second one is really, really, really good. I think I like the third one more, but the second one is fantastic. But I think I'm going to play through those 2 again and probably play through the fourth one. But really, there's not like a whole lot of new releases right now that I think are... I mean, there's Wolfenstein coming out this month, which I do want to play because I played the other ones, but...
I don't even know if the last big release was Rage 2.
Yeah,
maybe?
probably. Yeah, I mean...
I don't know.
Yeah, like there's actually a kind of a, I don't want to say a drought because everybody's backlog is so huge, but there's not like a ton of new huge releases, so it's
Right.
you can actually slow down and play some of the older titles that you want to.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, so let's switch gears here and let's talk about the news. So the big story this week, I think, let me know if you guys agree or not, is Nintendo announced the Switch Lite.
Yeah. It's definitely first or second. And I'm definitely getting one because I need a Switch.
So this is from IGN, Adam Bankhurst. Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch Lite, which releases September 20th in 3 different colors. At a glance, the Switch Lite features: it's a smaller 5.5-inch touchscreen, lighter all-in-one design, no detachable Joy-Con controllers.
The original one, a touchscreen? Was it? It was?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
D-pad style control pad, improved 3 to 7 hour battery life. There's no IR or HD rumble functions, and there's no ability to dock to the TV or play in tabletop mode. It will, again, release September. It's available in yellow, gray, and turquoise for $200. And that's pretty much it. Now, yeah, really with the only thing that I saw that was a little controversial is the fact that the Joy-Cons don't detach, and so some of the games that have come out aren't compatible.
Yeah.
But I think that from everything that people that I follow in the industry, and then I think most people just play handheld anyway.
I think the majority,
you know what I mean?
people,
So
I think they did a poll. I think it was something like 60-40.
Yeah, it's just like
It's your souped up console,
right?
Game Boy.
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
It is.
And so, it makes sense that they would do this before they announce the rumored Switch Pro version with a more powerful hardware and, but it makes sense. $200 is a great price point. This thing is going to sell.
I know
it's going to fly off the shelves when it comes out in September and through the holiday season. Nintendo, they have a history of doing this. Just look at the DS and then the 3DS.
about 10 different versions.
And then
of
the 3DS Lite and the 3DS Lite XL
2DS.
and the 2DS. So they know exactly what they're doing. People that don't have it, obviously it's a great way to jump in, especially if you don't care about docking it to your TV.
Yeah.
If you're just looking to play handheld mode.
And I'm pretty sure most, if not all the big titles, you don't need to undo the
I'm trying to
Joy-Cons.
think. There were a couple small titles, I think.
Might be just the motion control titles.
Like 1-2 Switch, which was a launch game, which was mini games, and then the big one that I saw was Mario Party.
Oh, you need that.
Yeah. But what I read was a different article I read is that the Joy-Cons are actually, you can still link, if you have another Switch, you can still Bluetooth connect your old Joy-Cons and your Pro Controller if you want. So it's not now if you're a new Switch user, that might not, obviously work, but it seems like it'll be, like I said, Nintendo knows what they're doing. It's going to sell. What else is there to say about it? What I am interested about is what is their big, do we know what their big release is this fall? Do they have a big game?
Pokemon's coming out this year,
Pokemon,
right?
yeah. Duh.
Pokemon.
Okay, so Pokemon.
That's going to sell.
Now, is that... that's not a September release, is it? Do we know?
I don't know. I was guesstimating that it's coming out this year because they've been releasing so much, and I'm pretty sure I read something that it was coming out. Because they've been doing a lot of releasing trailers and
let me see here. Release date November 15th. So
was it Sword and Shield?
Mm-hmm. So between this and because the Xbox and PS3 or PS4, they're winding down. They're already looking to the next generation. I think this is going to be Nintendo's holiday season to dominate. Not that they didn't not that they didn't do well last season, but there's not. I don't think that either one of the other console guys are going to make a big push for hardware. It's going to be software. You got Death Stranding on PlayStation side, you got Gears and some other things on Microsoft side, but Yeah, with the new Switch model and then Pokemon, those are going to sell literally millions and millions within the first couple days on the market. Next story, though, is Final Fantasy VII not apparently coming to Xbox.
Boo. That's not confirmed, though. That's just maybe educated guessing.
So
Yeah,
this
because
is
because
confirmed.
Microsoft put it on their website and then they took it down.
So this is from
Might be
Matt
like
Purslow
shortly after.
over at IGN. So I'm going to read you the original story and then there's an update. So the original story, a social media video which contained a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake on Xbox One is a, quote, internal mistake, according to Microsoft. Earlier today, the Xbox Germany Facebook page posted a video that claimed Final Fantasy VII Remake was coming to Xbox One on March 3rd, 2020, the same day as the PS4 version of the game. So far, Square Enix has only announced Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4, with no word on other consoles or PC, and so this video began to create a stir. The video was quickly pulled from the Xbox Germany feed, but screenshots from the video were widely circulated on Twitter in response to a tweet about the release date from Nibel. Xbox Germany's communications and social media lead Maxi Graf said, we quote, "We did an internal mistake in the social team. We took the video off immediately. Sorry, no announcement on our side. Big apologies for this," end quote. The question we're left with, let me finish this real quick. The question we're left with is that what kind of mistake is this? Is Final Fantasy VII Remake due for a simultaneous release? And Xbox social media team has accidentally let the news out early? Has the social media team accidentally got the date wrong? Or has there been a complete mix-up and the remake is simply not coming to Xbox One? Now, there was an update. That news story broke on the 10th. And then the next day, on July 11th, Square Enix had an official announcement. Square Enix has said that there are no plans for Final Fantasy VII Remake to release on any console aside from PS4. In a statement to IGN, Square Enix said, quote, "As previously announced, Final Fantasy VII Remake will be released on the PlayStation 4 on March 3rd, 2020. We have no other plans for other platforms," end quote. The statement seems to suggest that, without going as far as to use the exact phrasing, that Final Fantasy VII Remake is a PS4 exclusive. Such a situation would mean that the Xbox One release date mistakenly shown by the Xbox Germany Facebook account is a complete mistake rather than a mishandled date announcement.
Well, that seems pretty cut and dry, though.
What I'm wondering is, one, who knows what Xbox Germany was doing? If maybe, and for all we know, an intern on the social team was just
impress somebody.
Was trying to was messing around in Photoshop and accidentally made something go live. Who knows? I could easily see this coming out to Xbox maybe next fall.
Yeah.
It'll come out in March. Who knows? Maybe, they have because it's definitely not unheard of to have it written into contracts where, a console will get a 6 month or 1 year exclusive deal.
The thing I think it would. I think it will come to Xbox, like you said. I think it would be stupid.
I mean, you're leaving
to
potentially 20 or 25 million console users out of this game,
right? And just from a financial perspective, I know that game probably costs a lot of money to make, but I think they can recoup that and then some, and to wall off a whole demographic of millions of people. And not everybody on Xbox would buy it, but a lot of people would. If 8 or 10% or 5% of however 25, 30, however many Xboxes are out there. I mean, you're talking upwards of 4 to 6, 7 million. And 15 came out on both, and this game's
Kingdom Hearts 3 came out on both.
And this game's so much bigger than those games.
Yeah, I really
could sell potentially a lot more.
The re-releases of 7, 8, 9, 10 were on the PlayStation Network for a solid year before they allowed them to release them for the Xbox.
Yeah. Well, we got an Xbox. I think we just recently got Final Fantasy 12 and 10, maybe 5 or 6 months ago or something like that.
I'm thinking that what I think exactly happened is Sony paid Square for an exclusive time window, wrote it into the contract, said, hey, you're not allowed to mention it to any other console or like any other platform releases. Somebody at Microsoft was probably messing around in Photoshop, putting a template together or something. For whatever reason, it went live, whether it was on purpose or not. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked by any means that after it releases in March and maybe next year at E3, next June, Microsoft has a quick little update that's saying, it's coming to Xbox at some point. Or maybe it's in a blog post, or maybe it's in a quick video.
I will buy a PlayStation. I'm not waiting to play this game. I will buy a PlayStation for this game.
When it's coming out. So March 3rd, yeah. I mean, and we already talked about this in the last episode we did, but God, that game looks good. It looks so
It's
good.
one of those games I would buy a console for. And I don't think that's true of any game I've ever played where I was like, I would buy a console for this game.
Right.
But yeah,
this one.
for that one I would. I definitely would.
Yeah, it looks really good. I can't even... Man, it's got everything that you want.
Yeah.
It really does. It's got, this, we've already talked about it a million times, but it's got the great story behind it, fleshed out side characters, fleshed out,
world,
more to do, more to see. Graphics and the presentation are completely out of this world. When it was first announced, I was like, there's no way in hell this game is actually coming out. Like when it was originally announced.
With the tech demo, the PlayStation 3 tech
demo? I was like, they're literally...
I didn't believe that
there was no way.
Get remade. I was like, nah. But then after that tech demo, there was this trend of like remastering and remaking these games. I'm like, it really could get.
And I always said when they were not teasing it, but when that tech demo came out, that was like when 13 was flopping pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was like, if Square Enix ever gets into some dire straits, they're sitting on a gold mine. And I kind of had a feeling that eventually they would announce, the remake, just because.
Well, do you guys remember when the game was originally supposed to be developed by CyberConnect? Do you guys remember that?
Is that the people who did the Naruto game?
It was Naruto and the Dot Hack series.
Yeah. The Dot Hack games are cool. And I like the Naruto games, but no.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah. And so what happened was this game was in development, and this is all public. This isn't even rumors. They basically, when it was originally announced, they said, hey, we're going to outsource this remake to CyberConnect, and you guys are going to take over the lead. And again, not saying that they're not capable. They make good games, but when you're talking about literally one of the most beloved games to ever be released on any console.
It's like outsourcing Mario to Lionhead or something. You don't do that.
And so what happened was, I think it was maybe 18 months or even 2 years into the development cycle, it wasn't coming together the way Square wanted it, and so they scrapped.
Big surprise.
They scrapped it, and then they brought in internal, and then they basically completely redid it from the ground up.
And they brought in a lot of the original crew.
Yeah, they brought in as
the original game.
They
had the original director too, Nomura.
He's a producer.
Is he a producer or is he directing?
No, director is Tetsuya Nomura.
No, Yoshinori Kitase. He was the director of the original. Is he?
He's the producer.
He's the producer of this one.
And then
Tetsuya Nomura is the director of this one.
Okay, so they switched
15
places.
and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, and he was a character designer for the original.
That's right. I get it mixed.
And then
I knew it was one of those.
I think they even brought back Nobuo Uematsu to basically remake some of this score, which I think this is the first one he's done. The first time he's worked with Square Enix since 10, because he didn't.
It's been a while.
He didn't do the soundtrack on 12. He didn't do 13 because I think
he went with
Mistwalker.
Yeah, Mistwalker when they made Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey.
Right. So yeah, he's back. So they're obviously throwing as much money and resources into this to make sure it's done the right way. So by all accounts, it's
go for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And then the last story that I've got, guys, is I pulled all the stories from IGN this week just because it was easy. Kind of shifting gears back, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare released their basically, yeah, their impressions and they lifted the embargo on their 2v2. I think it's just called Gunfight.
Yeah.
It sounds, from everything that I've read, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds sort of not, it doesn't sound necessarily like Alcatraz in that there's squads, but this map is a lot smaller. It's obviously
they're very small.
It's very small maps. It's
like one room maps.
Yeah, like 2v2, and it's designed. I think I read the preview on IGN that said that in a lot, at least in the map that was shown off, that you can basically see the enemy on the other side of the map, right? And so they like the maps are that small. It's obviously there's only 4 players, so it's meant to be fast and frenetic.
Nuke Town and like you cut it in half. That's like the size of those maps.
And so
might be even smaller, honestly.
But yeah, I mean, each team, it's obviously 2-on-2, but each team spawns with the same exact weapons.
Yeah.
So I think
they're like pre-made classes.
Yeah,
I think
they're
like
random each round.
Yeah,
so like multiple rounds.
Right, and so. I think it's the first to 6 points wins or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, and
6,
so
7, 10.
But yeah, so like one of the videos I saw, it was like I think it was a shotgun and a pistol, completely random. One I saw like a sniper rifle and like an AR.
And there was also a mode that I saw them playing where you spawn with a pistol and there's like it's like Halo and you can pick up weapons on the map.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So you can't camp in the back with like your guns, so you have to run and pick up guns.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see this. I like the smaller maps. I like how you kind of, like you guys were saying before, it forces you into the action right away. You're not like, I mean, Call of Duty, it's not like the traditional multiplayer. It's not like a battle royale where you're going 5 or 10 minutes without seeing anybody.
Right.
But it's good to see that they're kind of trying to play and, find different modes too. That way they're not just relying on a rehashed Blackout in a new game. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to find different game modes to mix in, and that they're trying to keep it fresh, Right. They said at the end of this IGN article, they said that Modern Warfare's multiplayer suite will be fully revealed on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer gameplay reveal on August 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific. So it looks like we're not going to have to wait too much longer, just a couple weeks, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they're going to fully announce everything. Now, I guess they'll probably announce it here, but have we heard anything about there's going to be kill streaks, right, instead of score streaks? I think that's confirmed.
Yeah.
Is there going to be like a pick 10? Or is it going to do we know?
I don't think they've actually mentioned. I don't think I've actually.
It'll probably be announced there. I just didn't know if they maybe.
If I had to guess,
because before because they did pick 10 and Black Ops. What did they do for the original Modern Warfare?
Pick your gun and pick your attachments
and pick your perks. And that's it.
Isn't that the same thing as pick 10?
Well, I think you could have like unlimited amount of attachments.
Right, you can just pick.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like each gun could have like 2 or 3, or maybe it was. I don't remember.
I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, but yeah.
No, I think I remember. No, maybe not. I was thinking like, you hit a certain level or a certain rank and you unlock like a better scope or something, but
that might be it too. Or like you had to rank up your gun to unlock the attachments for that gun.
Maybe. Yeah, I can't remember. So I'm just wondering if they're gonna, if they're going back to kind of the drawing board, what the progression system is gonna look like. Obviously, you can take it to the bank that you'll still be able to prestige. But yeah, I don't know if they'll keep like the pick 10 system. They're going back to kill streaks, which I personally really like. Yeah, I always like that one versus the score streaks.
I like
what do you guys?
The new gameplay. I like it.
Looks a little slower.
It reminds me of the original Modern Warfare games.
Yeah.
Before
all the people who are saying they don't like it are people who like started with Advanced Warfare and all those like boost jumps and wall runs.
Yeah, so it was boost jumps, wall runs, it was the exosuits, it was everything like that. And so those games are fun in their own right. I played all of them, so I'm definitely not hating, but it's nice to
go back.
Instead of pushing it forward and making them like fly, that they're
the next
they're going back to a more grounded take on it. So that's really cool. I'm excited to see that. It's not going to be like the more recent ones, or even like Apex, where it's you're basically superheroes.
Yeah.
What do you guys? I mean, from the little we know, like, what are you guys wanting to see out of it? Like, what do you?
All right.
You guys play Call of Duty the most out of all of us?
For multiplayer, better spawns.
Okay.
It's so easy to get spawn trapped.
The spawns in Blackout 4 are some of the worst spawns in recent Call of Duty memory.
You can just spawn into the enemy team pretty much, which has happened to me so many times.
Okay.
So better spawns. I want some more better servers.
Okay, so more like technical aspects.
Yeah.
Like the technical, like the back end part of the game.
Because whoever's running the servers at Treyarch, you get booted pretty, not a lot, but it gets annoying.
Does it?
After it happens for the 20th time. And better maps. I don't.
Most of the maps from Blackout 4 that are my favorites are old maps that they rehashed and re-released for Blackout 4. There are very few Blackout 4 original maps that I enjoy.
Yeah. I like the more like asymmetrical maps.
Okay.
Is that the right word? No, symmetrical. Right? Where it's like the same on
each side.
Yeah, like more symmetrical. And like the traditional 3-lane maps.
Right.
Like choke points and...
Right.
Those are like my favorite maps. And my favorite map of all time is Terminal, which is not anything symmetrical, but you know what I mean? Like
just well-designed maps.
Right, just make them good maps.
I want to see... I know they confirmed all the guns or just some of them, because I want to see what different guns are gonna put in there and bring back.
Yeah, I don't know what's confirmed. I think they've leaked the list.
2v2 is called the M4A1, which is one of my favorite guns in Call of Duty.
Desert Eagle. The guns look meaty, like really like.
Yeah, and actually, even the pistols have recoil.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna pack a punch. Like they feel heavy and they feel like they have some recoil.
Shooting.
It feels like Rainbow Six when I watch people play Rainbow Six.
Right.
But I think it's going to be a little fast. It's definitely going to be faster paced.
It's going to be more Call of Duty.
Right.
But it's more leaning more towards Rainbow Six and advanced warfare.
It looks like the time to kill is really fast, which I like, because you can empty a whole clip into somebody.
Right.
And they're still alive.
Yeah, I think it's all about, they're taking it as much as a video game can. They're trying to lean into the realism a little bit more. And that
make it more strategic.
Now, do you think they'll have... So, and this just came to me, so who knows? I don't even know if they've talked about this. So or if they saw it actually in the gameplay videos that they released already, do we know, is there going to be health regen? Or is it going to be med packs? Or do we know? Or
I saw...
I think there will probably be health regen, but in the 2v2, there wasn't.
Yeah. In 2v2, everybody just has a set amount of health.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can't heal.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, if they're trying to go into the real... Because did any of the Call of Duties have health packs? Or was it always regen? Regenerate?
Blackout 4 has you have to manually heal yourself, but there's not a set number. It just has a little recharge time before you can use it again.
So I'm wondering if they'll stick with that, even whether it's a consumable item.
Yeah.
What battle royale where you have to find them on the map, or you spawn with a certain number in your loadout.
That'd actually be kind of cool if they just had health packs out on the map that you had to pick up. That'd make it really interesting.
Right. And so if it only takes, if it's each bullet does more damage, it's more realistic in that sense. If you are able to get away and hide behind a corner for a split second, is it going to recharge, or are you basically screwed unless you have a health pack?
Honestly, I like the manual healing.
Yeah.
I think it makes it a little more strategic and a little more fast paced, because people aren't hiding, waiting to heal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can kind of heal on the go. I'm also excited for the campaign to come back.
Yeah, I am too.
I miss the Modern Warfare campaigns.
I
They're
am
really good.
one of the rare people that might even, I don't want to say enjoy it more, but I definitely play it all the way through,
Yeah.
with rare exception before I jump into the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I
used to do that for every Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'd have to beat it first and then
Yeah. I mean,
to the multiplayer.
it's just big set piece. I mean, we all know what it is. It's a big action movie. It's
Very cinematic.
It's very cinematic. There's a lot of like big set pieces. We can all remember the nuke going off. Was that in the second one, where the nuke went off? You were in the helicopter, and
Yeah, I think so.
yeah. So
I might be wrong, but I think.
Either the Modern Warfare 2 or 3.
right,
One of them.
yeah. So I mean, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's so I'm excited to see. But again, with this more grounded take, less, maybe less Michael Bay.
Yeah.
And more,
A little more Steven Spielberg.
a little more Steven Spielberg. Like, what does that campaign look like?
Right.
But I'm excited. Like I said, this game, I really do believe, with kind of the shift in tone, that this game, along with maybe Outer Worlds,
Is that coming out this year?
or Outer Wilds. What was the one that just came out? There was one that came out just like
I get them mixed up all the time.
There's one that just came out
And
that
there's the one
everybody's
by
talking,
Obsidian.
and there's the other one by Obsidian. Whatever the one that just came out, people are talking about that as right there with Resident Evil 2 remake as like Game of the Year contenders so far.
Mm-hmm.
Death Stranding, a Kojima game, it's gonna get some nods just for the fact that it is Kojima.
Right.
Borderlands 3 might be up there. But I think this game I think Modern Warfare will get some Game of the Year recognition. It'll definitely win probably best shooter, best action game maybe, but I really think that this game is going to be something special when it comes out.
Yeah. I think with the way the new gameplay looks, I think it could become a much bigger worldwide esport game too, like Rainbow Six or Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
It looks more strategic like those games.
Yeah. I would love for one of those games to do that. I don't think Activision would let that happen. What I mean by that is, Rainbow Six was released originally however many years ago, 2014, 15?
That was a while ago.
It's been several years. I feel like if Activision would let this game breathe and not, you know what I mean? Not release a new one every year.
There hasn't been a Rainbow Six since Siege came out. They just keep adding to it.
And so
Same with Counter-Strike and
if this game would actually live, as a live, service game where they put out expansions with new maps and new weapons and treat it like a new game in the same way that there's new seasons of Fortnite and Apex or Division or whatever, without actually releasing a new game. It could really live as an esports title where every year.
Because right now Call of Duty, it's really only big in the US and the UK,
right,
as a esports.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think Activision.
You know what I mean?
Pass up a Call of Duty every year.
But
Although
I'm surprised. I'm, and this is like a whole nother conversation. But again, games like Madden and Call of Duty, I'm surprised these games haven't gone free to play with just microtransactions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like pay for a new season every 3 months.
Speaking of which,
all right, the thing for skins and stuff like that and emotes and stuff. But
it might just be a matter of time. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, granted, they have people a lot smarter than us, crunching the numbers there. But you've got to think that
if Madden was free to play and I could just play the modes that I want to play and I had to buy a roster every year.
Yeah, just pay for a new roster.
I would do it, but I might not buy a Madden game full price. But if it were free, I might be able to put a little money into it. Maybe if it's good.
You pay for pay for this kind of gets into a little bit of like loot box territory.
Yeah, I don't like those.
But like the Madden Ultimate packs, where it's like a card pack, you know what I mean? So that kind of gets a little iffy now, it seems like. But if you pay once a year for a new a roster update, and then they just patch in the new features for that year, the new modes, and the updated animations, and you can buy like a team's like throwback jersey, you know what I mean, or whatever. But again, they would be doing it already if they would make more money that way. I mean, EA is not stupid. Activision's not stupid. If they feel like
they know how to get the money.
If they feel like they could, if they feel like they could make more money going free to play, they would have done it already. So who knows?
But yeah, backtracking to Modern Warfare. All right, the thing I'm most excited about is crossplay.
Oh, that's literally what I was about to say.
And no DLC. What I mean is no paid DLC. So you get all the free maps. Maps for free.
Oh, I did not know that.
You get all the new maps for free. You get the crossplay with PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Well, I don't know about PC because with the sensitivity of the mouse, it's like they have an unfair advantage against console players. So I don't know if they would bring in PC for that.
Fucking PC nerds.
I know, right?
TurboTax and whatever.
But so.
So it is crossplay. That's what I was gonna say. That is confirmed. We did. Okay, so that's actually really cool. So we can actually all play.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. I didn't know about the free DLC though. Mm-hmm. So that they've already confirmed that all the expansions and maps, that's all free.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's a cool move.
I think it's like they're really trying to get back into like the
good graces. I was gonna say that seems like very un-Activision like.
I know, right? Somebody had to be ringing their head.
Yeah. That's cool though. I'm excited for
Black Ops 4. They're getting a bunch of backlash.
Because it's just like like the whole thing. Like you open it up and it just looks like a mobile game. Like with
I remember that.
Get a cachet of like 5,000 coins for this amount of money. You know, and it's just ridiculous.
So that's cool. I'm excited
for exactly what Call of Duty needed was to go back to its roots.
I'm excited now. Kind of not Modern Warfare. What was So when Activision started to go to 3-year cycles, it was Modern Warfare, Black Ops, and then what was the third game?
Whatever Sledgehammer was making. Which
one typically comes after Modern Warfare or Infinity Ward? Was that the Sledgehammer?
And
did you guys hear the story that
I think so.
Sledgehammer got pulled from their game? So whatever's coming next year after Modern Warfare, I think it's either Treyarch or Infinity. It can't be Infinity Ward because they're doing theirs. I think maybe I'll have to look at that. I'll bring it to the table next time. But I think that Activision wasn't happy with the way the game was turning out. Mm-hmm. And so they basically pulled them off and put them on support instead of like the main studio. And I think it must be Treyarch is going back to basically completely scrap and redo the game. And Raven, Sledgehammer, and like all of the smaller studios are kind of just doing support. And I think I could be wrong. I think that they're going to an every other year cycle again, instead of an every 3-year cycle.
I mean,
so who knows? And we have no idea what that game was going to be. I think they're the ones that did
quality, man.
Because they're the ones that did what Advanced Warfare, right?
Sledgehammer.
Yeah. Did they do Advanced and Go? Was it?
I think it was Ghost.
Was it Ghost?
I think so. Ghost. They did World War II.
Yeah.
They did the World War II one. Yeah.
They did World War II.
So that was the one that was before Black Ops 4, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I played a lot of that.
Treyarch did Black Ops 3, which came out before that, and then before
Black Ops 3 was Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, which was Infinity Ward, I think.
And then before that was Advanced Warfare,
which might have been. I don't know, man.
And then before that was Ghost.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean...
Ghost was a launch title for the Xbox One.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, I mean, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how this all goes forward because obviously, the more development time, ideally that means a better product because you're not worried about, crunch time. You're not, it just gives you more breathing room. But... again, Activision's not stupid. If the game wasn't turning out well, they canned it and restarted it for a reason. There's also a small chance I completely made that story up because I'm trying to remember where I read it and I can't remember now.
I don't know, man. I thought maybe it sounded familiar. What you're saying, I could just be.
I'll do some research
really
and I'll bring it up to the podcast next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that was it. I mean, we talked about Switch a little bit, Final Fantasy VII, Call of Duty. Was there anything else that you guys? I mean, we're in the summer. There's not a whole lot going on.
Flappy Bird Battle Royale.
I saw that. Oh, that reminds me. I did start playing Dr. Mario.
Oh yeah, that's out on phones now.
Yeah,
right?
Dr. Mario World.
Is it laced with microtransactions?
It is like a fucking Candy Crush game to the max.
Okay.
It's literally set up.
It would be.
I'm pulling it up now for the audio listeners and.
Is it
people that can't see.
Nintendo developed or is it just?
It says it is.
Not the license.
No, I mean it's got Nintendo's logo and name all over it. So
it's co-developed by Nintendo and Line and NHN.
So, but it's
I like the original.
It's set up the same exact way. You basically go from like there. It's like a. Oops. Yeah. So as soon as you log in, there are, stages that you go through, just like Candy Crush. But yeah, and then there's all this stuff up here where if you fail too many times, you can like buy extra lives with currency.
Well, they gotta make money somehow.
So yeah, it is free to play. So I mean, but it's really egregious how much they like. It's like before and after every single level, and it's like if you die too many times, it'll just like Candy Crush, it'll time you out, and you have to wait like a half an hour, or you can like pay $5 to get unlimited lives for the next 60 minutes or something. The gameplay itself, it's fun. I mean, it's Dr. Mario. It's a match 3 puzzle or match 3 puzzle game. So that's fine. The other game that I was playing on mobile was the Stranger Things 3. It looks like a NES game. It's like an 8-bit.
I'm still watching Stranger Things too, so just don't spoil.
Oh, you are?
Spoilers,
Oh, okay. So no, I won't spoil anything. Stranger Things 3, the game, it follows the season.
What is the gameplay? Just
it's like a 8-bit
like point and click type thing.
Yeah, kind of. There are like small puzzles and things like that. There's a little bit of combat, but it's a pretty simple game, but it follows the story of the 3rd season. So it's not bad. It's not exceptional. Right. It's just kind of there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if you're for like super fans of the game or of the show, it's there. So it's it is what it is. I'm still playing Harry Potter, Wizarding World Unite or whatever it's called.
Is that
it's the Pokemon Go? Yeah. So it's same thing. It's by Niantic.
I never played Pokemon Go.
Wizards Unite.
It just didn't seem like anything I could really get into.
I played it like the first day. Pokemon, I played it the first day.
Pokemon Go came out.
I found myself like in the middle of a field
3 years ago. I remember Stephanie and I, we took a trip to Michigan. And we were up at the cabin the week that it released or whatever. Maybe it released the week before. I played it really hard for that week, and then that was pretty much it, just because we were out and walking around and stuff. But Harry Potter, same thing. You're walking around, you're capturing. You're basically
trying. What are you capturing?
Well, you're not necessarily capturing. I shouldn't say capturing.
Is it like magical beasts?
Yeah, so like it has characters from the Harry Potter universe, obviously, and they're being trapped in this world, and it's up to you to like free them, and you do that by tracing on the screen like different spells. So you're like swiping in certain patterns to like cast spells on these magical creatures or whatever.
What would be funny is if you had to say the spell name.
Expelliarmus.
That would be funny.
Let me see. Yeah, there's nothing nearby, but
I don't know. I've seen too many people get injured and killed playing those.
You walk off a cliff.
You definitely have to
walk into oncoming traffic.
You definitely have to be mindful for the stupid people out there. Now, but yeah, I mean it's the same thing. You take down dungeons and they're in the park and you level up. I mean it's fun. I played it every day, multiple times a day for the first week or two. Now I pull it up a couple times a week at most. But it's a nice time waster if you're you happen to be out walking around.
Right.
But I'm not one of those that like make it an effort to go out on a walk every night just to see what I can find. That's not me. But if I'm out, I'll pull it up. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Anything else?
No, not really.
Not a super busy week in gaming.
It really is not. Like, E3's dead. Gamescom's not here yet.
I was excited for the Switch announcement because I want to get
that is
another
cool.
Switch.
Yeah.
And
that's the only way I've
I'm
ever
poor.
played the Switch.
That's what I mean. Like, nobody played it in dock mode.
$200 sounds like
I mean,
a good
it's
deal.
nice to have it handheld and then like somebody else be able to use the TV
Yeah.
if they need to, or
That's exactly
maybe
it.
play like a show in the background. Or
Right.
something.
So
That's cool.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, give it a thumbs up. Tell a friend, please. Tell a friend, please. We would definitely appreciate the support. Go over to youtube.com/SavePointVids. Hit the subscribe button. I want to get to 100 subscribers. We are about halfway there. So if you guys end up seeing this and you're not subscribed, do us a favor and hit that. But again, check us out. All the major podcast platforms, the Save Point Vids podcast. Just search that. Give us a thumbs up there. This video we are recording on the, 13th? Yep, on July 13th. It's a Saturday. This video will actually go up on Monday. I think at the beginning of the episode I said it was tomorrow. I thought it was Sunday. So this will go up Monday morning, or actually not Monday morning, Monday at noon. And then we will do the Save Point definitive list on Wednesday, which will go up at noon on Wednesday. And then Friday we'll put up the Let's Play at noon on Friday. So that's going to be the release schedule for now. Again, to give you guys a more consistent show. If anything changes, check us out on Twitter. That's Save Point Vids on Twitter. I'll put up any updates there. Anything else?
No.
All right, you guys.
Take it easy.
Until next time, stay safe.